Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I made Monokuma from the anime game Danganronpa. I hope you guys like it. I've actually never played the game, but I thought the design was super cool, and I hope you guys like it as well. This hat is super easy to make. It works up really fast. It's really a beginner's dream with this video, and let's just jump right into it. For this hat, you will need medium weight white yarn, medium weight black yarn. You will need white, black, and red felt. You will need a 5mm hook, a sewing needle, a pair of scissors, some stuffing, and a bear nose. To begin the hat, you're going to take your black yarn and 5mm hook, and we're going to begin with a slip knot. And then you're going to start by chaining 47 if you're a small, 52 if you're a medium, and 57 if you're a large. Now that we have our chain, we are going to now yarn over and make a half double crochet into the third chain from our hook. I know it's kind of hard to see because of the black, but you'll just want to do it in the third chain from your hook. If you need help with how to make a half double crochet, I do have a video available on how to do that stitch. We're going to yarn over again and make another half double crochet. And you're just going to make a half double crochet into each chain across. Okay, here's our first row completed, and I'm going to start this next row and every row from here on out by chaining 2. Then I'm going to turn my work and make a half double crochet into the first stitch and every stitch all the way across. We're going to repeat this process for 25 rows if you're small, 27 rows if you're medium, and 29 rows if you're a large. Okay, I just finished my black section of my hat. I'm making a large, so I ended up doing 29 rows of the black. And of course, if you were medium, it was 27 rows, and for small, 25. So I'm on the last stitch of my black section here, and I'm going to now transition to white. So I'm going to yarn over for a half double crochet into the last stitch. I'm going to yarn over and pull through the stitch, leaving 3 loops on my hook. And I'm now going to grab my white yarn, and I'm now going to pull the white yarn through those 3 loops. I'm now going to chain 2 and then turn my work, and I'm going to now cut my black yarn because I don't need it anymore, and I'll just weave in that end later. And now I'm just going to make a half double crochet into each stitch across. I'm also going to be going over my little white tail there so I don't have to weave it in later. But yeah, you're just going to want to make a half double crochet into each stitch across, chain 2, and repeat that process for another 25 rows if you're small, 27 rows if you're a medium, and 29 rows if you're a large. Okay, so I've now finished my 58 rows in total for my hat, and now it's just time to assemble the hat. So I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to fold the hat lengthwise, and then I'm going to insert my hook into the first stitch of the white, and then the first chain of the black, and I'm going to make a single crochet going through both of those stitches. So I'm going to pull through the black and the white, leaving 2 white loops on my hook, and then finishing the single crochet. I'm going to do that all the way across until I reach the end of the row. Okay, so I finished my seam, and now all that's left to do is cinch up the top of the hat. So to do that, we're going to chain 1, and we're going to cut off a long tail for sewing. And then you're going to pull all the way through. Take your yarn needle and thread it with the yarn tail we just did. And we're now going to just weave in and out of the rows at the very top of the hat. And pulling as we go along. You're going to want to do this all the way around the hat and cinching it as you go along, and I'll meet you back when that's done. So I've gone around the hat once, and as you can see, it's not fully closed yet. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to continue just weaving around the whole hat. You don't have to be as precise this time around, and you're just going to keep going around and around until it finally closes up. It may take you 2 or 3 times, but as you keep cinching, it will get smaller and smaller. Alright, so I finally got this sucker to close. I'm going to weave in my ends off camera, but this is actually going to be the inside of our hat, so you're going to want to flip this right side out and then fold up the bottom to make the brim. And that is the completed look. So now we can move on with the rest of the pattern. To start our ears, we're going to begin with our white yarn and 5mm hook, and we're going to start with a magic circle. We're then going to chain 1 to secure it, and then we're going to insert 5 single crochets into the circle. We can now pull the circle closed, and to begin our second row, we are going to put an increase into each stitch around, and this will give us 10 total stitches. For row 3, we're going to be putting a single crochet into the first stitch and then an increase into the second, and we're going to repeat this all the way around for a total of 15 stitches. For the fourth row, we're going to be putting in a single crochet into the first 2 stitches and then an increase into the third, and we're going to repeat this all the way around for a total of 20 stitches. For row 5, we're going to be putting a single crochet into the first 3 stitches and then an increase into the fourth. We're going to repeat this all the way around for a total of 25 stitches. And for the next 4 rows, we're just going to put a single crochet into each stitch around. Alright, this is what you should have, and we're now going to just finish it off with a slip stitch. And then we're going to cut off a long tail for sewing. And then you're going to want to pull that all the way through. And that's your completed ear. You just want to fold it in half like this so it looks more like a bear ear. And you're going to want to repeat this process in black so you have one of each. And then you're just going to sew them on top of the hat like this where you think they should go. I'm going to be sewing these ears on off camera, but I'll meet you back when that's done. To begin our snout, we're going to be taking our white yarn and 5mm hook, and we're going to start with a magic circle. We're then going to chain 1 to secure it, and then we're going to insert 5 single crochets into the circle. We can now pull the circle closed, and to begin our second row, we are going to put an increase into each stitch around, and this will give us 10 total stitches. For row 3, we're going to be putting a single crochet into the first stitch and then an increase into the second, and we're going to repeat this all the way around for a total of 15 stitches. For the fourth row, we're going to be putting in a single crochet into the first 2 stitches and then an increase into the third, and we're going to repeat this all the way around for a total of 20 stitches. For row 5, we're going to be putting a single crochet into the first 3 stitches and then an increase into the fourth. We're going to repeat this all the way around for a total of 25 stitches. For the sixth row, we're going to be putting a single crochet into the first 4 stitches and then an increase into the fifth. We're going to repeat this all the way around for a total of 30 stitches. For row 7, we're going to be putting a single crochet into the first 5 stitches and then an increase into the sixth. We're going to repeat this all the way around for a total of 35 stitches. For the 8th row, we are going to put a single crochet into the first 6 stitches and then an increase into the 7th. We're going to repeat this all the way around for a total of 40 stitches. Okay, so this is what you should have so far. For row 9, we're just going to put a single crochet into each stitch around. For this next row, we are just going to put a single crochet into the first 8 stitches. You're then going to chain 1, turn your work, and single crochet back in those same 8 stitches. And back into the very first stitch, we are just going to make a slip stitch. And that's what it should look like. We're now going to cut a very long tail for sewing, and then you're going to want to pull that all the way through. To finish off the snout, we're going to now get our bear nose that can be found at like Hobby Lobby or another craft store. You're going to want to put the nose through the magic circle so it's center, and then put on the safety back on the inside. And now your snout is all done. To make the face, you're going to take a piece of black felt and cut it into a circle. Then you're going to take a piece of red felt and cut it into this, I don't even know what kind of shape this is, but try to copy it the best you can. Then you're going to make a felt half smile out of the white. You're going to take your Sharpie and you're going to draw teeth with it. Now that all your felt pieces are done, it is now time to assemble the face. Okay, so you're going to want to place your eyes something like this. I also suggest putting on the hat to see if you like where they are. I'm going to go ahead and hot glue them now, but you could also sew them on if you want. So for this next part, we're going to be making the mouth. So in my head, I'm going to use the snout as a way to mark where I want the teeth to go. So I'm going to line up the extra lip we made on the white side, like this. I'm going to place the teeth under the snout a bit so that the first tooth lines up evenly with the lip, like that. Just going to mess with it a little bit till it's even. And then I'm going to take the snout off now that I know where I want my teeth to go. And I'm just going to hot glue this off camera, or like I said before, you can also sew it. And I'll meet you back so that we can place the snout on top. Okay, so now that we got the teeth on, we can now start putting the snout on. You're going to want to shape it again so that the lip is even with the teeth, and you also want the snout to be in a more ovular shape. So just kind of morph it around until you like what you see. And basically for my game plan, I am just going to take my needle and I'm going to just sew around the oval part, and I'm going to go back around to do the lip. And anywhere where I sew over the felt, I'm going to switch out with a metal needle as well. So that's kind of my plan, and I'm just going to get started on that right now. My snout is almost completely sewn on. I have a little pocket left, and I'm going to use this to now stuff the snout. You don't want to overstuff it, but you do want to stuff it firmly. Alright, I feel good about how the snout looks, so now I'm just going to go ahead and finish sewing it up. Alright guys, now your hat is complete. I hope you guys like it. I think it came out pretty cute, but I might be biased. Please let me know how you like this tutorial and what kind of videos you'd like to see in the future. If you guys enjoy crochet tutorials, please subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!